I literally hit the record button and I get a fire truck going by. Since it's been so weird weather-wise, say that 3 times fast, I've decided there's a need for a heat source in my workshop here. So we're gonna make a rocket stove. Now, this is going to be a little bit smaller than you might typically see. Pull up my little measure-y thing here. It's upside down, but as you can see, it's 2-inch square tubing. I do have some larger tubing that I can use. I think that's 4-inch, but I'm not entirely sure. But I wanted to make a smaller one because I want it to be, one, I want it to be portable, and 2, I want it to be compact. If I find this is not sufficient to do what I want it to do, I will make a bigger one, and I might even film that for you. Alright, I know the lighting's a little shitty, but as you can see, I've got a short section and I've got a long section. You can get up there. I've made the shorter section a little bit longer than you normally would. Probably about 2 inches shorter would be ideal, but I want a longer space to put twigs and such in, to put fuel in, and top's just a chimney. I've set it up with my little 90-degree magnets, and pulling out my square here. You can't see, but it's pretty damn square. So, we got our ground clamp and my brand new welding mask. It's all nice and fancy. I got that for Christmas. Come off. All right, the 4 corners are all tacked up. This thing is ready to be fully welded. However, I don't want to do that on camera because I'm a little worried about damaging the camera. So I'll do that, and you guys will be back in just a sec when I'm all welded up. I had to come back and put a little dab in that corner, if I can get this thing to focus. There we go. Just got to hit the screen. Like I was saying, I had to come back and put a little dab in that corner because there was just a little tiny pinhole there. But everything else turned out pretty damn decent. Now that Now that we have the basic shape, it needs feet. For the feet, I've got 3 of these. They are just the feet that were they're riveted to a bed frame, and that's what either the single foot pad or a wheel would go into. And I've just had these lying around for a while, so I figured 1 at the front and 2 at the back, and I could just plug weld them. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on this, and so scrap is the way to go. First thing I want to do is actually get them placed, because I want these ones to be a little bit lower, and then this one on the front is actually going to tip forward to make sure everything is level. Maybe like this instead. I'll figure the front one out in a minute, but first thing I want to do is get one of these rear ones just tacked up, and then I can level everything else out from there. Alright. Now, I wonder if this will be wide enough. I do have a better level in here somewhere. I just don't recall where it is at the moment. So I'm just going to use the level on my square. Looks good right there. All right. That's pretty damn close like that. I'm going to weld up these back 2 first, and then I'll figure out the front one, because I'm still not exactly sure how I want to position it. So I'll be back when that's done. Alright, so you can see I got it all welded. Before I finished welded these back pieces, I took this big angle iron I got. It's a 4-inch piece of angle iron, 4 inches on either side. I leveled this in my vise. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's pretty damn close that way. And then it's a little harder to level it this way, but I was able to get it pretty close. It's off by maybe 2 degrees, but that's not a big deal. All I did was I put this up here, and I made sure that this was off by almost the same amount, you know, assuming my square is straight. And And it's pretty close to being the exact same level as this, which means it's true to the ground. And then this way, I hope you can see that. You can't really. If I can, you know what? We'll do this. You can see it's a little high on the one side. If I tip it, that'll level it out basically, and you can see there's a gap there. I did that on purpose. I want this to slope back just a little bit so that stuff doesn't fall out, and the ash and stuff will collect here, and I can just scrape it out at the end. But that is basically that. Now, this as itself would work. No problem. You put some wood in, you put some paper in, you light it, it'll work. You can go beyond this. One thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put a shelf in here so that the fuel will sit on top of the shelf and the air will go below it. And I'll show you that in just a second. Also, something I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece of rod right here and I'm going to weld it somewhere in here at about 45, maybe closer to 50 or 60 degrees. I have to figure that out first to make a carry handle so that I can pick this up and walk away with it, because it only weighs 4 pounds maybe at the most at the moment. The shelf will make it a little heavier. This will make it a little heavier. And then the last thing, if I can find it, is I don't want to tip my camera off here. It's not attached, it's just sitting. I'm going to take and put a shelf of sorts on the top here. I'm going to take and cut a 2-inch piece of this angle and weld that on the maybe on the front, I don't know, either the back or the front. And then I'm going to take the rest of this and weld it so I have basically 3 points. Just grabbed a piece of scrap sheet metal. I bent it, 2 90-degree corners, well, 90-ish. Slides in there real nice. Fuel goes on top, air goes below. And as you can see, it goes just past the upright here. I don't know if that's good or bad. I just thought that was a good place to start. And then I can modify it later if I need to. I need to cut a couple inches off of this so I can weld that on there. And I think I'm just going to use my angle grinder for that. Alright, what I want to do is find a shim of some sort. An 1/8 inch would be nice. Actually, you know what? Let's go 1/2 inch. That's even better. Because you want enough space, enough air gap that you're not basically trapping the heat in there. That'll work. this part. It's not a really good tack, but I'm going to fix that right now. That's much better. All right, let me get these welded up. I'll be back in a sec. All right, so I put some paper and some cardboard down there. Check that out. That's awesome. And I lit this little piece of wood on fire, just with a lighter, just a little tiny bit of flame. And I'm just trying to see if this will get going. There's still a little bit of flame down there, but there's an awful lot of smoke. While it gets going, I don't know where I left off, but I finished welding these things. They're welded on all four sides, and I put the handle on, and I did lift it a couple times, and it's light enough that you could pretty much carry it all day. Oh, I think we've gone out, so I'm gonna have to futz with this a little bit. All right. Please excuse the fan and the compressor. It got a little smoky. This thing was a bitch to start. All I had was some crap wood, so I don't really. I get the smoke, but you can see the flames leaping up there every once in a while. A couple of things I figured out. It's difficult to start. I figure as I get to know the stove a little bit better, I'll be able to start it a lot easier. Oh, we got a little bit of steam coming out of the pot. Another thing I've learned, keep as much wood in this top part as possible. You don't want that air coming in this way. You want the air coming in the bottom. Now obviously, because your wood is weird sizes, you're never going to get that totally sealed off, and that's fine. There we go. Let's see what this pot's doing. I can't really see it. That was snow. So, oh, there you go. You got a little bit of fire coming out the top. So I think it's done for now. I'm not going to paint it at the moment. I might still make a few modifications. It's a little back heavy, so I might have to put something up here. And another thought I had was making a form right in this area and pouring aluminum into it so that I have a mass rocket heater. And that'll also allow me to put the sticks on the top to dry out before they go into the stove. So, assuming you can see me, if you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. And if not, you guys have yourselves a good day.